What we have at this moment, Mr. Malviya, is a group of individuals who've been approached saying that your phones may have been infected. Some of those phones have been forensically examined, and it's been found that Pegasus software was on their phone, or at least an attempt was made to put this malware on their systems. Now, this Israeli company says they only sell to government agencies and to governments, and therefore this couldn't have been done by a private company or individual. It could only be done by a government, and the Indian government happens to be a client according to this Israeli company. Let me ask you the first direct question. Does the Indian government, Mr. Malviya, use Pegasus software?
Well, I think that's a question for the government of India and its investigating agencies to answer. But Rahul, let me just take a step back here. I heard the two people on your program say that they were approached by a media house saying that their phone may have been hacked. Now the question is there any evidence to it? And is there any evidence that links the government of India and its authorization of a hack? That is the question that is being asked, and there are no answers coming. In fact, the report that has been put out by the media portal here in India also remains silent on that aspect. It seems there is a list of numbers that have found their way to this consortium, which wants to position itself as the guardian of all morality on this planet. And they're the ones who are saying that countries across the world, including democracies, have been irresponsible and have authorized these hacks. Now the question is there any evidence? Where has this data come from? Is it all-inclusive data? Are there more numbers to come out? If NSO claims that they have no numbers because the numbers are with their clients, and by the way, they also add some private players as their clients. If you read their interview today to one of the publication or news agency here in India, they've said that certain private players also have it. So the question is that while the opposition and the assorted group of people who may be feeling slighted at their phones being hacked, I can understand, but where is the evidence? And this is
Swati Chaturvedi, respond to this point. So what we've been able to establish so far is that maybe forensically it's been proven that attempts were made to hack into the phones of several individuals, including yourself. But what Amit Malviya argues is, where is the evidence to substantiate that this was being done by the Indian government? Pegasus sells to governments worldwide. This could be an international player that could have been doing this. How do you convincingly link this with evidence? Because it's a very serious charge to the Modi government. Swati.
It is absolutely a very serious charge, and I think Mr. Malviya is a very good defender of the government, but this is a bit of an adult defense today, because the government has already conceded in Parliament in the shape of the new IT minister saying that yes, Pegasus has been used. The government claims it has been used, but they claim it's an authorized use. So now, whether the surveillance is authorized or unauthorized is the bigger question. But you know what Mr. Malviya is saying, that Pegasus has private players and all, that is a bit of a adult defense right now, because the government itself has conceded in Parliament today that yes, Pegasus has been used. In fact, after
so they're conceding that Pegasus was used, Swati, but they're not saying that it was used against you or Rahul Gandhi or Prashant Kishore. They're saying we have an elaborate mechanism. It goes up to the Home Secretary, he approves and authorizes,
Rahul,
and whatever surveillance happened on that basis. Yes, Swati.
Yeah, I know what the defense is, Rahul. I know that legally authorized taps are done with the consent of the Home Secretary. They're done for a limited period. This has been done for 2 whole years. So let me finish. Ravi Shankar Prasad, who used to be the IT minister, has also gone today and done a press conference where he said 40 countries, including India, use this. So let us not debate whether it was used or not. Now we come to the bigger question. Look at the list of the people who've been targeted. There are some very few journalists left in this country who still do journalism. Those journalists are on the list. Politicians like Rahul Gandhi are on the list. Prashant Kishore, forensics revealed that his phone was hacked merely days before when he met Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi. Doesn't the list even make you suspicious, Rahul, that Mamata Banerjee's nephew, ministers of the government, journalists and leaders of the opposition are all being tapped, and this is some mysterious entity who we don't know who's doing it? I mean, are we being very credulous here? Who else will have the kind of money and the kind of, vision to buy this kind of a software, which is military-grade spyware, which the company, by the way, still claims that they only sell to governments. So, why are we being so careless? Let's ask the obvious questions.